This cookie like goes for it. This cookie is money. Hi, I'm Sohla El-Waylly and it's Cookie Week. So I'm going to be showing you how to make one of my favorite cookies of all time, a really special white chocolate macadamia nut cookie. When we would go to the mall, my mom would always get a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie from Mrs. Fields and we'd share it together, and that was like my favorite thing. So I'm really excited to make the ultimate version. When I was developing it, I looked at all of the top white chocolate macadamia nut cookie recipes. I made them. I converted all the recipes to percentages so I could compare like how much flour to sugar to fat there is in a cookie. I took my favorite aspects from each of those cookies and tried to combine it by making the ultimate percentage recipe. Does that make sense? This cookie is a little bit crispy on the outside. The inside's nice and fudgy. I wanted to level up the nutty flavor of the macadamia by adding milk powder and browning the butter and using a vanilla bean. So this cookie, it's money, and they're huge. I'm gonna start by roughly chopping my macadamia nuts. These are already roasted and salted. I think like the key to the macadamia nut cookie is like those big pieces of nuts. So you wanna make sure you get through each nut at least one time. That's good. Nice and chunky. You gotta get high quality white chocolate. Don't use the chips. I tried the fanciest chips you can find. I've tried the cheaper chips, but they just don't melt right. They don't have like a deep vanilla flavor. They're not really bringing a whole lot besides sweetness. So go for the good chocolate. You want some big pieces and you want some little pieces. It's about that variety. That's what makes this feel a little bit special. Vanilla bean is like my favorite thing. I think it really enhances the flavor of the white chocolate. I'm gonna split my vanilla bean and scrape out the seeds. I'm only using white sugar. I felt like the brown sugar molassesiness was getting in the way of the vanilla and the brown butter. Seeds are going in here. Get all of it. It's freaking expensive. Now we're going to brown our butter, and we want to get this melted and foamy. My vanilla pod going into my butter. This is going to make the brown butter so deeply like toffee, caramel, vanilla flavor. It's going to make this cookie really freaking special. It's important to wait for the butter to fully melt and become foamy, otherwise your milk powder will clump. And then we're going to just keep whisking until it's nice and golden brown. And I feel good about that. We're going to take this out. I'm gonna add this to my sugar and vanilla. And that's the hardest part of this recipe. Now it all just comes together. We're just trying to distribute that heat from the butter. Otherwise, if we just throw eggs in here, the eggs are gonna scramble. But it doesn't take long. If you're not sure, just feel the outside. And it should be not too hot to touch. So to this, I'm going to add baking soda and baking powder.
Let's pause 1 second.
Yep. Wow. Hey, look at that new bowl. All right. I know it seems like a lot of salt, but you really need it to bring out the nutty flavor of the macadamias. Another layer of vanilla, triple vanilla. I like a little bit of almond extract in almost every dessert. It doesn't taste almondy. It adds this like really nice floral note that just makes everyone be like, whoa, that's nice, you know? And now 2 eggs. Okay, and now we're going to go to the mixer. Okay. Oh God. It's hard to do it backwards. I'm gonna whisk this on like medium high for about 6 minutes. Okay, we're gonna stop and scrape. Like, you know, when you're baking cookies and you have like some weird ones that like turn into a crazy shape, it's probably because there's like a little pocket of butter and sugar that wasn't mixed properly. Well, it doesn't take that long, you know? And it makes a really big difference. And it's a lot easier when you do it not backwards. I'm gonna get my coffee. Oh God. Okay, I'm getting better at this backward thing. It's important to make sure you like thoroughly mix the flour in. This dough is also really good to just eat, you know, if you're just into cookie dough. Now our mix-ins are going in. These are gonna be big cookies, so each portion is gonna be 1/4 cup or 72 grams. You can make these smaller if you want, half the size. They'll bake at the same temperature, but for just 10 minutes. I really like to make them big so you get lots of mix-ins. This is all about the mix-ins. And we're gonna roll these into balls, and I'm gonna arrange it on a tray and like slightly flatten it like a little hamburger patty. Now we're gonna garnish it with a little bit of extra white chocolate and macadamia nut. We wanna make sure it pops. I'm gonna wrap it in plastic, gonna go in the fridge overnight. The brown butter and vanilla flavors really need time to like develop in the fridge. You spent so much money on that vanilla bean, you wanna like maximize. So let it have time to rest. I found that it's good for up to 4 days in the fridge, but it's best after 1 day. So these have chilled. We're gonna divide these between 2 trays. They're gonna spread, they're very big cookies, so we want 6 per tray. Otherwise you're gonna have mega cookie, where we're gonna hit it with a little flaky salt. When you've got nuts, you really do need a good bit of salt to bring out their flavor. And if you don't want it, don't use it. And then we're gonna bake these at 350 degrees. So I've got my wire rack ready because we're gonna want to transfer the cookies off the hot tray right away so they don't get too crispy. We wanna keep that fudgy middle. Okay, this tray looks done. You can see the edges are brown. We've got a little bit of cracking, still feels a little bit soft. And if you look through the crack, it's like a little bit moist. That's exactly what you want. While it's still warm, we're gonna transfer these. They're really soft at this point, so just be gentle. So we have a really nice like toasty brown color without any brown sugar. All of that brownness is from the brown butter. Uh-oh. That'll just stay here. We did it. It's very aromatic. When you take a whiff, you get a lot of brown butter, you get a lot of vanilla. It's crispy, but also it's a little chewy and dense, and that's because of that long mixing time. And you know that this is good white chocolate because it like caramelized. I'm into it. I think it's the perfect white chocolate macadamia nut cookie.
Of everyone's cookies.
Oh, wow. Wait. Oh my God, do I get to taste all the cookies? This is amazing. Oh, I'm so pumped. Is this the gochujang caramel?
Yeah.
Whoa, that looks cool. This is a nice touch. Is everyone getting one of these? Classy, guys. Wow, happy cookie week, everyone.